Now.
We are veterans of many battles. What are you to us?
Hundreds have died in my wake. You're just a number to me.
We were just leaving. Yes, oars, we go to the docks.
Lovely. Alright, kick them out. Let's head on out of here.
Of course.
Head on out of here. Head on out of here.
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts.
Dwarven crafts. Alright, what else we got? We need to talk to the sergeant again. Hello.
Edwina sends her thanks for getting rid of the Crimson Oars. Mind you, she's disappointed there was no fighting. Here's payment. You've helped out a great deal.
Man, I don't want to fight him. And that's that. Okay, and then we gotta talk to these guys in here. Make sure we save. And we talk to you. Alright, apparently we talked to you.
Welcome, friends. Welcome to Wade's Emporium. We have the finest armors in Denerim.
Yes.
Maybe in all Ferelden. How may we assist you?
Can Wade make something with these Drake scales?
No. No, he can't.
Did I hear right? A man, you have Drake scales?
Can you make... I do right here.
Look at this, Heren. It's real. Some never see a single scale in their lives. I must make this. Tell the, customer, is it? I'll drop everything to work on this immediately.
How much will it take long to make?
It will take however long it takes. You don't rush a masterpiece, my good man.
Yes, that's right. It could take months, years even. You should just leave.
It won't take that long, Heren. Unless I did some inlays of... Oh, I know.
Yes, it wouldn't be complete without the, inlays. Of course, the customer would have to agree.
I'll pay 10 sovereigns extra. Make it good and quickly.
Excellent. You won't regret it. Think of the possibilities, Heren. Think of it.
I'm trying to stop.
I mean, hey, why not? Quest updated, and then we gotta do dragon scale armor.
I've barely even be...
Oh, get back to work. Come to see...
Let me see what you have for sale. Spirit Ore. Sell that. Oh yeah. We're gonna give Zevran this gold bar. There you go.
Excellent taste.
Alright. I guess while we wait, we can go back to... because we still have a lot to do in Denerim, so we'll go back to the estate. Go back to Arlemon's estate here. Say what up. We free dog. Not 3 Dog from Fallout fame, but we free dog. Alright, let me check the recording real quick just to make sure. And it is fantastic. Okay. Lovely. Alright. And then inventory. I want to go to you so I can give you this.
Very nice.
Lovely. Okay. So we're going up to see Earl Eamon and choke out Honora. Hello.
Maker's breath. It's good to see you in one piece, my friend.
Indeed. After your rather alarming lack of subtlety, I feared the worst for you. I prayed for your safe return.
That's so sweet. It almost makes me want to kill you less.
Well, what did you expect me to do? You announced me to my father's most trusted lackey. Did the purpose of my disguise entirely escape you? I barely managed to slip away from her when we reached the palace. I am hoping that, despite our unfortunate beginning, we can still work together.
Huh.
Will you hear me out?
You asked for our help for a reason.
We will need to work together, and quickly. My father has gone mad. I didn't believe it at first, but he is gripped by a paranoia so severe it prevents him from seeing sense. He saw me as a threat, yet even now I'm certain he will be telling the nobles you are dangerous murderers that have kidnapped and mind-controlled me. He may even believe it.
Can he still take the throne without you?
Perhaps. It will be more difficult for him, but if my father says the Grey Wardens are the enemy, many will believe it. He is a legend.
It's true. Our position in the Landsmeet is not strong, and this does little to help us.
At least that snake Howe is dead. That alone will not be enough, however. My father is committed to his path. You will need ammunition for the Landsmeet, and there I can help. You have only just arrived in the city, so perhaps you are unaware of some recent events. Denerim has been in turmoil since Ostagar. Many people here are angry or grieving. Strangely, the unrest is worst in the alienage. Few elves accompanied the army. They should have little reason to be upset, which means that Howe and my father must have given them reason. I don't know what is happening there, but I am certain my father has his hands in it.
A useful lead, Honora, but you could have sent this information with your maid.
That is true. I feared for my safety as Howe's prisoner. But to tell the truth, I sent Elena to you because I hoped we might join forces. You need that evidence for the Landsmeet, but you also need a stronger candidate for the throne. You need me.
And one of Alistair.
I have no doubt Alistair is biddable enough, and decent, but even with his blood, he is no king. You think only I can see it? Not only that, Alistair is a Grey Warden. It will look like you are trying to put a Grey Warden on the throne, despite your claims. I am a neutral party, and I am already queen.
Honora, you are indeed Kaelin's widow, but...
I am the daughter of Ferelden's greatest general. Who do you think truly ruled this nation for the last 5 years? Kaelin. I am what this country needs, not an untrained king who does not even want the throne. I can help you stop my father. Consider what I have said. For now, I think I will retire to my room. Warden, when you have a moment, I ask that...
Alright.
Well, she's quite spirited. I remember when Loghain first brought her to Denerim. Poor Kaelin was a good boy, but Honora was always 2 steps ahead. Had him jumping when she snapped since the first time she batted her eyelashes. I cannot help thinking she may be trouble, but we should keep her close, all the same.
I've got work to do.
Of course.
Alright, what if I talk to
Warden,
you?
let me know if there's any assistance I can give you.
I should get to work. What if, because we're gonna enact a plan here.
Ask away.
I have some questions.
course.
Never mind. Alright, let me talk to Honora. I don't know that we can initiate my little plot here yet. But again, for those of you that have played the game, you may know what I'm gonna try and do here. Alright, let me talk to you.
Hello again, Warden. It is good that you came to speak with me. I realize that my actions at Howe's estate may not have painted me in the best light. For that, I apologize and hope that we can start again. I will be blunt. I can see that your voice will be a strong one in days to come. It is to you that Eamon listens, and with good reason. My father must be stopped, but once that is done, Ferelden will need a ruler. I would welcome your support for my throne.
Are you proposing an alliance?
That is exactly what I am proposing. When the time comes, you support my bid in the Landsmeet to remain on the throne. You will be seen as my father's enemy, yet you will be in support of his daughter. You will be seen as supporting the interests of Ferelden, as opposed to solely those of the Grey Wardens. In return, I add my voice to yours. Do you see? Together we can do what alone we cannot.
Why not simply marry Alistair? The best of both worlds. This is tricky.
Ignoring that the man looks so much like Kaelin, my recently dead husband, if you'll recall, my main fear is that he might govern like Kaelin as well. But it is true that Alistair has Therin blood. To some, this is more important even than practical considerations. A union might be considered a compromise, but is this something Alistair even desires?
I think I could convince him.
Let me say this. If Alistair is willing to stand back and allow me to continue governing the nation, then I would be willing to have him as my king. It is my understanding that governing does not appeal to him anyhow. If that is so, this is a compromise I can live with.
I will speak to him then.
Do so.
And this is why you make sure you get your persuasion all the way up, because this is super important and gives you one of the best possible outcomes. So, we're going to talk to Alistair, and I have a feeling he'll see reason.
So I'm guessing someone told Honora I was planning to steal her throne. She has a nasty glare. Did anyone mention this wasn't my idea? I think she's a great queen. As far as I'm concerned, she's welcome to it.
I think you'd be a great king, Alistair.
Really? Whatever will give you that idea?
You have a kind heart and a strong sense of justice.
Well, it's nice that you think so. What do you think I should do? Go ahead and be king, just to let it happen?
I think you should marry Honora.
Marry her? As in marriage? As in be her husband? You've spoken to her about this? You did, didn't you? Why would you do that? Did you take a blow to the head? That's crazy.
Persuade. She can rule while you lead. It's perfect.
I suppose. I don't know how much of a leader I am, but at least I know she's a good ruler. Go ahead, then.
Oh!
I'll do it if it comes to that. Now, excuse me while I go have a small heart attack somewhere.
That's all right.
No big deal, right?
Yeah, Win will heal you if you die. Alright, so... Look at that. Now Alistair and Honora are going to marry.
Well, have you spoken to my lucky betrothed yet? Or will we be reduced to passing notes?
He's agreed to your terms.
He has? I wasn't expecting that, to tell you the truth. To marry Kaelin's brother. Well, I suppose stranger things have happened. If it will truly help matters... Is this it, then? I agree to marry Alistair to retain my throne, and in exchange I give you my support. If not, then tell me now.
Marry Alistair and you have my support.
Done. So, we have a deal, Warden. I trust you'll keep your end of the bargain.
Best believe it.
Now, I suppose, comes the task of dealing with my father. That will be no small feat, of course, but I am certain you already know this. I imagine you have much to do. Is there anything else you needed from me?
No, I should
Then
go.
I wish you luck, Warden.
Alright. There's Erlina, but I don't want to talk to her. I don't care about her. Alright. So Alistair's gonna marry Honora. Plot twist! Alright, and we're gonna talk to Riordan too. Hello.
Hello again, friend. It looks as though you're no worse for wear after your stay in Fort Draken.
Could you tell me about that vault again?
It's located just off the Market District in the northern alley past the Old Noble Tavern. I'll sketch out the code which will let you pass the lock wheel. Inside you can take your pick of whatever equipment remains. It is the stockpile the Wardens have kept for centuries, for the defense of Denerim.
Did you know Duncan very well?
We went through our joining together, more years ago than I like to remember. He was exactly the same back then, tough as stone and just as grizzled. I think he understood sooner than the rest of us how ugly a choice it is to let the few be sacrificed to protect the many. Always left himself a soft spot for his recruits, though. Only where he ever let himself down.
I was hoping I could learn a bit more about Grey Wardens.
Well, I'd be happy to tell you what I know, but it seems to me that you've picked the important parts up yourself. Be firm in your beliefs, protect people from their own ignorance, and be as loyal as you can to your brothers, even knowing you'll share their deaths.
How many Wardens are there?
It's tough to say. Only the fortress in Weishaupt has every record. But there are certainly a few dozen or hundreds in every nation in Thedas. The Anderfells are home to over 1,000. It's almost like the Archdemon chose Ferelden deliberately, knowing how unguarded it is.
How were the Wardens founded?
It was near 1,200 years ago, and no one knows for sure, except that it began with a group of Ander soldiers. Apparently, they defected from their king's army, vowing that fighting the Blight was more important, and traveled all the way to Tevinter themselves. They were the first ones to track down the Archdemon Dumat, and the ones to slay him, although none survived the battle. But they had picked up followers by then, and it was they who formally founded the Order, and were recognized by Thedas.
Have you ever been to the fortress and Weiss helped?
Once only, and I'd rather not go again. It's far, lad, and very foreign. The Wardens there, they fight Darkspawn like you and me, but they're shaped by the winters there in the forest. They're a cold group and don't care like they should about the rest of the world. Their king is weak, and many Anders look to the Wardens to rule. I hate to say this, but some of them seem to want it that way.
Why has it been so long since the last Blight?
Archdemons don't awaken on their own, you know. It takes the Darkspawn, tunneling and tunneling, searching for centuries to find one. And with no one to lead them, it must be sheer chance, or maybe instinct, which leads them. What's surprising isn't that it takes so long between Blights. What's surprising is that they succeed at all. But I imagine the old gods call to them. And it's that voice in the darkness which drives them through so many generations.
I guess that's all for now.
The important thing to remember is, none of that matters. When you're facing Darkspawn, all you need to know is to stop them at all costs.
Alright. So, we are going to head out here. Nigella, that's who we saw. Alright, wow, a lot of motion being made here. Pretty sweet. We are gonna head out to the estate. Alright, we're gonna take Alistair. Let's take a different group comp. Sten,
Yes.
Win.
Yes.
Sten's got his beautiful butterfly sword. It's actually pretty good. I mean, yeah, look at it. You know what? we're gonna let the poor guy. We're gonna let the poor guy have his Vishale, the sweet sword. All right. And Sten, you need straight up. More dexterity, more constitution. Actually, just kidding. Hang on. And cunning for this. Give him Sunder Armor. Alright. So we'll head out. And then we're gonna go grab that stash that Riordan had mentioned. Which I do, in fact, know where it is.
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts.
Fine dwarven crafts. Dwarven crafts. You'll never find better. Dwarven crafts. Jesus. It's here. This is not it.
All right.
This is not it. This is it.
And so I shall.
Here we go. This is it. Now in here is a very important gift. Well, two very important gifts. One is a plot point
As you desire.
for Alistair.
And so I shall.
Alright, we'll take these. Weapon rack. Axe of the Grey. That's another one. High Constables. These are very
And so I shall.
good weapons. Here it is. Duncan's Shield. Okay. And so with that, we're going to be taking a break here for a bit. I will be back in a couple hours, and we'll continue streaming. We're going to go through to the end of the game, start Witch Hunt, finish that, and then we're going to start Awakenings. Alright, thank you for joining. We'll see you later.